When I first arrived, on my very first morning at Warwick, I queued up to get my grant check and my key for Roots in B40. And I saw a painting on the wall. It's just called Green Painting by Stefan Knapp, which still exists in the around the university, but you won't find it in Roots reception anymore. I felt the thrill of being here, and it didn't really disappear. It was a rainy October day. It wasn't particularly nice weather. All the clothes that I had brought from home, packed in suitcases on a roof rack on the very small Ford Escort that I'd got, were soaking wet, and the colour of the suitcase had seeped into all the clothes. So I wore pale blue clothes for the first term. It's very difficult to limit the number of experiences I had at Warwick just to one, and there are so many. From the moment I was interviewed as a sort of open-eyed 17-year-old coming here to the Humanities Building, or to directing plays in the Arts Centre, or for doing a seminar on Moby Dick, or directing a play at the Belgrade Theatre in Coventry whilst I was an undergraduate. I suppose the most exciting and rewarding experience was learning that as a creative person my voice mattered, and that I did have something to say, and it would be something of interest to others. My memories of the Arts Centre in the 1980s were of the theatre and the studio, and I think the Butterworth Hall was added a little bit later, and then the Mead Gallery was added a bit later, and they were very much little separated units with a very vivid carpet, and it did sort of it felt like a second home. And it's interesting now in the new Arts Centre, as soon as you enter the front, it does say "come on in," because for many people, I think theatres have a threshold problem. People don't want to do that, so it was a really useful way of challenging that and being excited by it. So. And because it was literally on your doorstep, there was no excuse not to be there every week. And similarly, I would go to Stratford, and I saw Branner play Henry V 6 or 7 times. I saw Tony Sher as Richard III, saw Roger Rees as Hamlet, and because it was there, I'd be very happy to take a drive in my little Ford Escort and stand at the back for however much it was then. I don't remember it being very much, but and then into Coventry, into Leicester, into this in Derby. I mean, Warwick has probably got one of the better half-hour drive times for any of those creative spaces. So, but now there will be no reason to go anywhere else than Warwick, because the Arts Centre has both the Butterworth Hall, the Mead Gallery, lots of good public spaces, music centre. So it's a fantastic place to be. There's a lot of me in the bricks and the white tiles and the metal cladding of this university. If we send off sound waves when we speak, and they're still here. There's still a lot of me. Every footstep is very much a recollection of an event or a conversation or a lecture or a seminar or a piece of performance. Every piece of artwork is a way of me assessing the time since I was last here. So the artwork has stood still, but my life has changed, and it's a very useful lodestone to return to and think, okay, well, think of all the things I've done in the intervening 5 years, 10 years, whatever. And as a director, I've had work toured into the Arts Centre here, so I've been worked here to see that work here. I'm always delighted when I meet people I work with who tell me that they've been to Warwick, because there's a value system and philosophy that the university has established that you will automatically share, and you can share what you have in common as much as what has shifted in the intervening years. You will have an ethos shared by those 280,000 people. I think of the 26 or 7,000 students at the university, most of the sculptures are invisible to them. However, you'd be surprised how much the desire for art and the understanding of art invades our lives and has become a habit. The habit of passing White Cone every day, not realising what a great piece of 50-year-old sculpture it is. The excitement of looking at and trying to define what those red curves mean in Revolutionary Square, looking at all the great pieces of two-dimensional art in the Faculty of Arts building and across campus. These are all thrilling pieces made by some really great artists. Take a moment to look at them, because if you come back to Warwick, they'll still be here. Like the green painting by Stefan Knapp that was in Roots reception when I first came on my first day. I know where it is, and I will go and find it today, and I will look at it, and I will think about what's happened in those intervening 40 years. It's not about the art per se, it's about you and the art, and you and your environment. Warwick is fantastic in its art collection, and I was delighted to be asked to add just a little bit to it.